Hi, welcome back to library. I'm so glad you're here today. Today's monarch story is called My Pappy Has a Motorcycle by Isabel Quintero, illustrated by Zeke Pina. And today in our story, there are lots of Spanish words that you'll hear as we go through. I'm going to do my very best to pronounce them correctly. Also, because I had to zoom in on this story to see all of the illustrations, I'm going to X out my picture as I read this to make sure you don't miss any of the beautiful illustrations as we go through this story. So listen for those Spanish words. Here we go. My pappy has a motorcycle. My pappy has a motorcycle. From him, I've learned words like carburetor and cariño, or sweetie, drill and dedication. When I hear his gray truck pull into our driveway, I run outside with both of our helmets. Thump, thump. My pappy, the carpenter, is covered in sawdust and smells like a hard day at work. His hands are rough from building homes every day, his job since he first arrived in this country. But even though he comes home tired, he always has time for me. When our city is winding down, he takes me for a ride. Today, he's going to show me the new houses he's working on. Papi is careful with my ponytail as he pulls my helmet tight. When he lifts me onto the smooth black seat, his hands don't feel rough. They don't feel tired. They feel like all the love he has trouble saying. Lista, which means ready? Sí, yes. He revs the engine, and the smell of gasoline hits me as he squeezes the accelerator. Con cuidado! Be careful! The motor rumbles and growls. Vroom! Agarrote! Hold on! And then we take off. Shiny blue metal of the motorcycle glows in the sun. The sun, the sun. The bright orange sun is on its way down, turning our sky blue and purple and gold. We become a spectacular celestial thing, soaring on asphalt. A comet. The sawdust falling from Poppy's hair and clothes becomes a tail following us. Poppy zigzags through the streets. We pass Abuelita's, Grandma's church, and Tortilleria La Estrella, and stop for stray cats crossing in front of us. Mommy thinks there's too many of them, but I think there's just enough. So they're passing by a restaurant. We pass Joy's Market, where Mammy buys my gummy bears. Mr. Garcia, our librarian, is walking out the door and nods at us. We nod back. This is how we always greet each other. Daisy! One of her friends is shouting as he sees her come by on the motorcycle. We roar past murals that tell our history of citrus groves and immigrants who worked them, and of the famous road race that took place on Grand Boulevard 100 years ago. Now I know that we're stopping at Don Rudy's Raspados. But as we near the shop, we see that it's empty and out of business. I can tell Papi is disappointed. I imagine the smell of the sweet syrups Don Rudy used to flavor our shaved ice. Bloop, bloop, bloop. I won't be the only one who misses him. So raspados are shaved ice like a snow cone. Vroom! They take off again. Right on. I feel and hear everyone and everything we pass by. Each sound landing in my ears rebuilds whole neighborhoods inside me. No matter how far I go from this place or how much it changes, this city will always be with me. You can hear the birds. Ding, 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 ding on the bell of the bicycle. Ha 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 ha! Kids laugh as they play. Rrrr. She hears the lawnmower, so she hears it all as she passes by. We cruise by Abuelito, Grandpa, and Abuelita's, Grandma's, old Yellow's house, the one with the lemon tree that grew from the seeds of the lemons Abuelito used to pick not far from here. Mommy says we're going to visit them tomorrow to cut nopales from their garden, which are like a prickly pear, and eat Herbie albondigas, which is like a meatball soup, in Abuelita's kitchen, where the food always tastes better. Food always tastes better at my grandma's house, too. And here they are over here saying Nija, which is a sweet term of endearment, and adios, mi reina. Adios means bye, and mi reina means my princess. And they say adios, bye. We turn the corner and then wow, wow, as they say.
The dogs behind the fences go wild. Frankie, the Lopez's Labradoodle, escapes from her yard and runs after us. Mercedes Lopez, the fastest runner in our class, races after her. They're right behind us. Then, just as fast, the dogs barking and Mercedes and Frankie become a soft hush in the distance. We ride toward the new homes replacing the last of the citrus groves. The painters, drywallers, and floor layers all greet us, but we can barely hear their words amid the sounds of hammers and air compressors. Trabajando duro, muchachos? Which means working hard, boys? A little bit, not too much. Even in all that noise, my pappy's voice touches everything.
This is my favorite part. On Grand Boulevard, we lean into the curve of the street. I make believe that we're in one of the races that took place here so long ago. It's our last lap. We have to win. The crowd cheers us on. I feel Papi's smile as I squeeze my arms tighter around him. Vamos, Papi! Which means, let's go! Faster! Faster! We fly around the circle. There's the school where we practice soccer. There's the post office where Mr. Charlie takes our letters. And La Panaderia, which is the bakery, where Papi buys conchas on Sunday mornings.
Conchas are a sweet bread that are shaped like seashells.
Look, here they are shouting, "Go, Daisy!" She feels like they're chanting for her. Vroom! Here it is, all of our beautiful city. My eyes try to catch everything, but the colors of houses blend into one another. Red, blue, green, orange, pink. We ride until the blue glow from the motorcycle begins to dim, and our comet tail has been left behind on the streets we've traveled. We head home, and slowly the engine echoes us back onto our street, and then our driveway, our finish line. Vroom! Mommy and little brother hear the motorcycle and run out to greet us. Mommy waves us in, like a referee. Papi and I can't stop laughing. We had a good ride. Screech! As they come to a halt. Through our laughter, I hear a familiar sound. Honk, honk! And her little brother says, Respetos! Which, do you remember what that is? It's like their treat, shaved ice like a snow cone.
I think about my city and all the changes that it's been through and all the changes that will come.
So his store might have closed down, but now he's taking it and walking around the streets and selling it. How do you think they feel about that? I bet they're super excited that they can still get a nice treat. And she says, Chicle fresa, por favor, which means bubblegum and strawberry, please. I know that here in our little house, there are things that will always stay the same. Manana, tomorrow, we fly again, the dad tells her. The end. So the author at the end talks about some of her greatest memories is when she was a little girl and her dad would come home and put her on the back of his bright blue motorcycle. And so she tells a little bit of her story in this book about what she used to do with her dad. So you can read more about it here if you want to pause and read about it. And this is the picture of the back of the book, which says, "Home is a feeling you take with you." Well, I hope you enjoyed that story. Don't forget to click back over to our virtual library and click the number 2 to fill out the exit ticket for today. I'll see you next week. Bye.